Hello, Leo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Leo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Leo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And look at that, an Ace of Wands. This is like pure conscious energy. This is almost like you're having a very clear vision of the future, a very clear consciousness. I feel right now you're very committed to something. I think you're somebody that when you take up an issue, when you take up a purpose, when you feel that you're being called to something, there is no stopping you. And I think right now you are on fire. You're lit up about something. There is something that you are absolutely committed to. And I don't see anything really pushing you off of this path. There's nothing that will bend or break your resolve here. Okay? And I feel like this is a really good card because I think it's showing you the way forward through what may be a dark situation or a dark time or this kind of confusing moment. I almost wonder if there's been a question of what's the plan? What's the next step? What is the next stage of the game here? What do I do? How do I respond? How do I, I think that you're receiving the light. You are the light. I think you're seeing the way forward here. Okay? So where there was darkness, now you've got the torch. And you can see clearly what your path is, what your next step is. You can get yourself out of this, whatever this current thing is for you. Let's take a look at some more cards. Got the Universe card. I think that maybe, you've been in kind of a holding pattern. Because I feel like maybe you're very close to the end, to finishing something. But then we've been in this kind of final stage for a long time. It's kind of like we're so close to the end, but why do I gotta wait so long to get this last step, this last thing done, But I feel like this was because there was maybe a lot of possibilities, there were a lot of moving parts, and it's just like you weren't going to act on some sort of incomplete picture of things. So you've been waiting, you've been meditating, you've been praying, whatever it is that you do, waiting for this full illumination. Because I think there's a lot of moving parts, and I think it's difficult to see the next step that will bring everything to conclusion, that will bring everything to completion. Okay? And it's like you don't want to make one particular move, but then it's not taking into consideration everything else, right? It's kind of, it's one step, it's one decision that's going to fix everything, right? It's the unifying theory of the universe. It's not just some kind of side thing that's, it's going to work over here, but it's not going to apply to the rest of the universe, So I think you're very close to reaching a conclusion to something, finishing something, or kind of solving the problems that are at hand, okay? And you're not going to act preemptively. You're not going to act impulsively. You're waiting to get that certainty. And you know it's going to come to you, and I think it is certainly coming to you now. This vision, this realization, I know what to do. And it's going to solve everything, right? This is the Universe card. And this, it could be related to something something about the environment, something about your particular environment, something maybe on a larger scale, right? It could be. But I think it's been a long time coming. I think you've been in this final stage for a long time. But I feel like things are just about to wrap up. Yeah. And I feel like it's something that getting through this is really going to change your life. And then it brings up a question. But let's see what the next cards are going to be. The Lover's card. Okay, so this mission that you've been on, right? And maybe maybe this universe card is talking about the larger reality around you. Maybe you've taken up a social issue or some kind of really big thing, kind of global in scale, right? That your purpose is something that goes beyond you and your kind of private life. This is a mission that it's crucial to everybody, right? And then we've got the Lover's card underneath everything. Is this affecting your personal life? Is it that you've been called to this greater purpose in life, and it's forcing us to kind of look at what's going on in our personal life? Okay, and maybe this is something business related, right? But it feels something large in scale, and it brings into perspective like our personal stuff, our personal relationships, our personal issues even. The Lover's card at the bottom doesn't have to be romantic love. Okay, you're somebody who it's almost like you feel more connected with the larger world than in your own kind of personal and private relationships. You know what I mean? Because this is, let's say, a connection with people. This is a sense of community. This is a sense of a family. But it's almost like you feel more at home in this work, in this mission, out, solving this big kind of, global problem. You feel more at home there, more comfortable there than maybe you do kind of in your own home, But I feel like you're somebody who really does care about people, cares about, in a very general sense, you care about the world, The Lover's card is an inspiration, a commitment, a choice, right? So I feel that you're someone, when you do feel that kind of inspiration, like you've been shot with Cupid's arrow and you've taken up, it doesn't have to be romantic. And really, in this case, I really don't think it is. I feel like you were inspired. Something kind of hit you and made you realize that you're the one that has to do this, that you have to be the hero of this story, right? And I think that that's a commitment that is essential to who you are. That is your divine mission. Even if there are some personal issues that might kind of try to get in the way of this, this feels like your mission. This feels like your inspiration. You've committed to this. All right, let's keep going. Let's see what the other cards are here. The Ace, yeah. Another Ace, right? Both of these. So I feel that is definitely a confirmation of what happened here. Because see, this is the Lover's card, Gemini. This is an air energy. You've got the Ace here. You've united yourself. You've taken up the mantle of some issue, some global thing, it feels like, right? Some kind of big inspiration, big project, big plan. And I think that in some ways you feel as if, and I'm wondering if the Hanged Man's going to show up here, you kind of feel as if your personal stuff doesn't matter so much. You've been called to this big divine mission. You were called to be the hero of the story, and therefore your personal stuff isn't as important as this quest, this mission, this big adventure, right? It's kind of mythic in nature. Let's keep going here. The Six of Swords, okay. More air energy. I think that this is something that has taken you on a big journey around the world. I think there's been a lot of travel in your life lately. The Six of Swords is that divine blueprint. And it's kind of like you can see your plan now. And maybe you've got friends or family members or your partner or whatever just saying, I don't know, can you just stop doing that? You know, can you just come and be with us? And I feel like there are sacrifices that you're going to make in your personal life for the sake of this larger mission. You know, it's like you've been called to this divine quest. You are the hero of the story now. And there's not a lot of personal consideration in that, right? So I feel like you're someone with a strong sense of purpose, a strong sense of what your mission in life is. And there's something that you have taken up as like your purpose, your mission in life. I don't know if it's a social issue or if it's I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I feel like you have this organized and structured way that it should play out. Okay? And I feel like we're kind of at the last stage of this plan. And I feel like this is what we're waiting for, is this clarity, this dawning light that says, I know how to complete this. Maybe it's some sort of artistic thing. That's kind of saying, I know what I need to do now to bring this whole thing, to wrap the whole thing up. Wrap the whole thing up. And then, well, the next card, I wonder, I knew it. Wrapping this whole thing up, and then we get rid of all of this. This is done. You've finished this. What are we left with? We're left with the Seven of Cups. It's kind of like, if you don't have this purpose, if you don't have this commitment to this big, challenging project or social issue or this big quest, adventure, this big mission, if you didn't have this, I feel like you'd be dissatisfied. I feel like if you didn't have this, then it's kind of like just the reality of what's left, you know? I feel like you've fully identified with whatever this work is, whatever this quest or mission is that you're on. Okay? And in some ways then it kind of makes us afraid of actually finishing it. If I wrap this up, then I don't know I don't know who I am or where to go or what I'm doing. Okay? And this is the card in the future position. I think this is kind of what you're looking toward. So at the same time you're getting this, you're getting the final piece of the puzzle here in order to complete this big mission that you're on, you're also looking at what is coming next. Okay. And so it's kind of, it's a little bit of that hesitation to even finish this. I don't want to wrap this up, because then I have to face what else is there, how else I feel, or why now I feel this kind of loss of my identity. Now let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. It's going to go over here. We're going to put Alien, Simon Moore Gripply right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the end. Okay? But it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card is, go ahead and put a prediction in the comments down below. Now, we're going to do the Path of the Serpent, and as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. And it helps out the channel, and I greatly appreciate that. Okay, general energy now. Seven of Swords. See, we have the harmony of the plan, and then we've got the seven and the seven. It kind of is saying, without this mission, I don't know how I think and how I feel. I don't know where to go. I don't know. My life seems a little aimless now. You know, I feel like I'm kind of in this rut, and I don't know how to get out of it. Back here, we had clarity. We had certainty. I knew what I had to do every day. I know what my mission is. I know who I am and what I'm capable of. You know, but then once this gets wrapped up and completed and we're done with that, and we no longer have that as something to focus on, heart and mind are in a little bit of trouble here. Okay? Well, now we're back to the six. Now we've got that Six of Pentacles again in the environment. Harmony. It's kind of the manifestation of the plan, and in some ways it's kind of saying that everything is going to go according to plan. Okay? But I think also it's kind of in the Dove and Serpent spread, these two positions are very intimately connected. This is what's within you, and this is what's happening outside of you. So outside of you, there's this harmony. There's this success of the mission. Everything goes according to plan. Look at that beautiful success, right? But it's connected to what you're inspired by, the inspiration, this commitment. I wonder if we're going to have the next inspiration. And I think, well, we're going to do a couple more cards so we can try to elaborate on this. Yeah, there's the Five of Cups. That's what we don't want. That's the obstacle. The obstacle is getting over the mixed emotions of the great success of having achieved this. Things went according to plan. I think that you're getting recognized for what you've done. And this is a lot of accolades, a lot of awards or whatever it is for having, done this. But then the reality sets in of, okay, now I don't have a big mission, a big problem, a big issue. I don't have this purpose. I don't have the inspiration anymore. I don't know what to do. And it's kind of like then we're worried that we're just going to kind of fade into the background, right? So I feel like we're really, we're wondering what's coming next now. And we want to be inspired again. We don't want to feel disappointed. We don't want to feel like we don't want this. We don't want these sevens, right? Another 6. There we go. I think really what's going to happen with this, and I know that the future position here, the Seven of Cups, that's kind of what we're looking toward. I'm looking ahead and I'm seeing that, and I don't like it. How do we avoid that? Well, I don't know that you really have to do anything to avoid it, but what I think is going to happen, if I can make a prediction, is that you're going to complete this mission, and the feeling that gives you, the power that makes you realize about yourself. I think it gives you this kind of confidence that we kind of go back in time to the Ace of Swords here, and you get hit with another arrow and you're on to the next thing and you are inspired to something else. I think that there is another inspiration, coming, and I think it is through not this being the outcome, but this being the outcome. And this is that confidence. This is Jupiter in Leo, right? So this is an expansion of your pride, an expansion of your abilities. This is you kind of, you're growing in stature rather than sinking down into the feelings of, now I don't know who I am. I think rather than that, you're going to know more who you are, right? Your sense of self is going to grow rather than shrink, okay? And I feel that you are going to receive inspiration. Now, this is the only major arcana that we have is the Lover's card. But I wonder if this is a shift now from, so we have 6, 6, and 6. Very nice. We got the 2 aces. Of course, we have the 2 sevens. Very interesting cards today. This really says it all. I think that we're worried that we're going to kind of feel the 7 of Cups, but in reality, this is going to be just a jackpot win for you. This is going to be a huge win, and it's going to increase your sense of self. It's going to expand in your pride and confidence. You're going to grow in stature rather than shrink. But I wonder if the Lover's card is kind of saying that we're feeling this kind of powerful 6 of Wands energy, but now we're applying that toward things that are more personal for us. You've done your big heroic deed for the world. Now it's time to do something for you, It's time for you to be the hero in your relatively small life compared to that big worldwide thing that you did. Now, this is just me and my family in our little neighborhood, So I feel like this is what it's about, and this card is about the connection, about family. And we have the 6, the 6, the 6. It's all about harmony. It's all about balance. So I think that you've been giving yourself and devoting yourself and identifying yourself with this really larger kind of impersonal mission. Now it's time to take that same energy and apply it to something that is very, very personal and very private for you, right? Let's look at that mystery card. Let's see. I wonder if this is going to be another 6. I think the 6 of Cups would be really icing on the cake right now. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see what we have. Well, it is a King of Cups. So we do have some water energy. And this seems like it is a rather fixed water energy. So to me, this is kind of identifying with a feeling. And so I feel like there's a stubbornness. There's a difficulty in you changing your expectation. You know, like I feel that you're looking at this Seven of Cups, and I just can't convince myself that it's really going to be a Six of Wands, right? These two cards couldn't be more different, right? And I think the King of Cups is saying, no, I still believe that's going to be the one. You know, when it's like I don't like it, but that's what I feel is coming, rather than us getting over here. So. Maybe we do Metatron Oracle cards in this case, right? Sometimes this kind of shows us what we are hoping for, what we're aspiring toward, what we are hoping to accomplish. Conquering fear, start today. Let's do another one. And in some ways, conquering fear may be saying, hey, look, don't hesitate to complete this big thing. Worried about what comes next. The universe can take care of you. Okay, let's see, one more. We have love, relationships, and harmony. Harmony is all the sixes that we see, right? And I feel like this is now focusing on those personal things that really do matter to you. So getting over the fear that we won't have identity, we won't have purpose, we won't have this big mission. Conquering that fear that without that big mission, our life is going to be a Seven of Cups. And instead focusing on love, relationships, harmony, right? Let's have a good life. Let's have good days. Let's enjoy ourselves. Let's take care of our people. Let's love our people. And let's make that our mission. Okay? And it's not easy to transition from that, this larger kind of, mission or quest or adventure that you've been on into the smaller scale, I guess, right? So it's something that you're going to have to kind of try and practice doing, and make an effort and really connect with yourself and connect with your people, because I feel like this is. I almost wonder, like, it almost feels like someone that's been in the military a long time and comes home. I've had a lot. I haven't served, but I have friends and family members that have served, and coming home is always an interesting thing, because some of my friends they couldn't really adjust to being just normal people. That they wanted to go back. They wanted to just keep doing it, but it's just you got to find another source of inspiration. You got to find another mission, but maybe a mission of love, maybe a mission that's more at home. Yeah. And if you've served, if this is something going on with you, thank you for your service. There are resources out there. Take advantage of everything that you got and everything that you can, But I feel like this is a very good reading. I think these cards really say everything, and especially this final outcome card with that Six of Wands. It shows that you are victorious. This is the card of victory, that you've won. And so now maybe it's time for you to love and find harmony and enjoy the fruits of your labor. You've succeeded in your mission. Now just enjoy your life, right? Find something else to be inspired by, finding something else to commit to, finding another mission, but let it be a mission of joy and beauty and love. Yeah. Anyway, we are going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there should be a link up in the corner there. New readings for Leo every Tuesday and Saturday, and that is at 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.